Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Whether liberals want to admit it or not, America is still at war. We've been at war since the Twin Towers were attacked over 16 years ago, and we're still at war today. Not because we want to be at war, but because we are still being threatened on a daily basis by the ideology that killed thousands of our own. It's the ideology that will not tolerate freedom, and that the entire country rallied against when the sting of the death of our friends and family was fresh. Today, however, so many have forgotten what it was like to feel the horror of knowing we were under attack. We have whitewashed and polished up the religion that says we should die and attributed it to extremists and whack jobs. This has been done by those who are willing to trade the blood of their countrymen for votes to keep them in office. According to U.S. Army General John Nicholson, we were once again put in the crosshairs of the same religion of hate who we declared to wipe out by our former Commander-in-Chief, Barack Hussein Obama. Nicholson has an up-close and personal view of what it's like to fight jihadists, and how best to beat them back. According to him, Obama did everything to encourage our enemies. The website Conservative Media reports that the general even gave a speech on exactly where we went wrong, and how President Trump is doing it differently. The military was set up in such way that protocol is always the leading principle to follow. This yardstick that makes the U.S. military so special and well-established is applied in every aspect of soldiers' lives, even when it comes to commenting on presidents. Therefore, when it just so happens that someone does remark a certain topic, the country is a little taken aback by it. However, we need to realize just how serious this could be, especially because we have a general speaking up against former President Barack Obama, saying he was always good at giving terrorists a psychological boost. U.S. Army General John Nicholson spoke on the Obama issue Monday, explaining Obama's main goal was to convince jihadists that the U.S. Army was not willing to fight, thus adding fuel to the fire. This caused for the Taliban to perceive America as fragile and label. From 2011 to 2016, we telegraphed to the enemy that we were leaving, Nicholson said in the video. We drew down our forces steadily, I'd say too far and too fast, and so the enemy believed that in this contest of wills, we had lost our will, he continued. Number one, I'm concerned about international will, an international will to succeed. Nicholson had commented prior to this that he was very concerned about the level of losses in Afghanistan. From 2015 to 2016, the U.S. Army managed to lose around 15% of the Afghanistan's districts. Take a look at the video below. If what the general is saying is true, and let's face it, he would know, then everything Obama did while in office that the liberals loved so much probably put our very future in danger. What our country needs now, and has always needed, is a commander for our armed forces that will show strength in the face of danger, not compromise at the first whisper of conflict. However, with Trump on the throne, things are slowly coming back to their own, original pace. As Nicholson analyzed that with Trump's guidance, whose focus has always been on what works best for the military, we now have the will to succeed. Ever since Trump took control of the country, the terror has diminished significantly. It took one great man to stand up to wannabe bullies who played house for a long time with Obama in charge. Now, ISIS threats have been cut in half, while tensions in Afghanistan have dropped significantly. This goes to show that if you play your cards right, you'll earn the respect from others, which is not something Obama can say about himself. There was no doubt in the minds of most conservatives that a junior senator turned media darling that is Barack Obama was totally unqualified to command a Boy Scout troop, much less the United States military. But according to America's News Hub, all of that changed with President Donald Trump. Nicholson said that now under Trump, who is pro-military and pro-United States interests, we now have the will to succeed. Trump addressed this during his Thanksgiving message to the troops that included a call to members of the 82nd Airborne in Kandahar, Afghanistan, noting that they weren't letting you win before and now we are letting you win. The way to win a war with a bully is to never show any fear and to play to win. Obama pretending that the bloodthirsty Islamists were just going to settle their disputes with the infidels over a cup of tea was futile at best, and possibly traitorous at worst. Allowing the military to be unhebbled is the only way to win a war that we did not start, but that we will finish. That's the only way to beat radical Islam, and we finally have a president that will empower them to do it. Our thanks to General Nicholson for shedding a light on it. H/T, America's News Hub, Conservative Media. Follow us on Facebook at Freedom Daily.